Thank you very much, Pyra and Deficio, and congrats on your first few games in Europe, Pyrotechnics. I'm joined by Reckless after a very, very exciting win. Base race towards the end. Ended up going in your favor. Was that quite an exciting moment, or did you know you had it?
I don't think we knew we had the Nexus, actually, but we were aware of the fact that we were going to win the base race, based off the fact that we actually had Baron at the time, so our minions were super strong in compared to theirs, who were really weak. And we actually had stacked waves, so we knew we could go all the way. But it ended up being quite close in the end, actually, because we went all the way with it and they recalled, and it was closer than we wanted it to be, but at the same time, everyone was good to go for the call, so we just kind of went for it. And if it failed, you know, everyone was with it, so it didn't matter in the end.
Well, that's really good to hear. Game started off fairly even. It was quite clear you guys had good dragon control. You snuck that Baron at 23 minutes. Did the game feel like it was always in your control, or at what point did you realize it was swinging in your favor?
I think the game swung in our favor already at bans and picks. We got pretty much what we wanted, and they actually played a composition I haven't seen them play before. We were expecting them to go for more of like a solo queue-ish comp, where they go this hard engage catch-off comp, but they ended up going double AP carry with Sivir, which didn't make much sense to me. But so I think we won the game already in bans and picks. So we just kind of picked the Blitzcrank because it's really good against double AP with the silence. It's a very rare ability in the game right now, and not many champions actually have the ability of silencing enemy champions. So we wanted to lane swap to kind of dodge the fact that we might lose the lane, since Blitzcrank is a weak laner. And we ended up getting it due to the fact that we ended up getting so many wards at level 1 without them like defending them. So I think it, like, even from the start we kind of knew we had it, and then we just kind of played it more perfect than we did yesterday, because yesterday we took so many risks and ended up getting picked off over and over against Fnatic. So today we just wanted to make sure we got this first win in LCS and then start the season from here, pretty much.
Well, definitely a convincing win right at the end. 1-1, you mentioned the loss to Fnatic yesterday. How did it feel personally, losing to the team that you actually left, and more importantly, losing to Yellow Star as well?
I mean, of course, winning against Fnatic would be a good thing for me, especially since we have this sort of nemesis status. But at the same time, I didn't really mind, because I was more of scared of the fact that we didn't like end up doing what we trained in scrims. So I was more worried for us than actually the fact that we didn't win against Fnatic. And towards Yellow Star, I felt like we actually won the lane yesterday, me and Nif, so I guess we had that going for us. But at the same time, like, we didn't care much about the game yesterday, about the fact that we actually lost it. We cared more about the fact that we ended up doing things we didn't practice. So today we just went into the games and did things we practiced, which is like kind of unorthodox, like Aatrox and Blitzcrank, which no one else play. So I think today was much better than yesterday, and I feel a bit sad for yesterday, but then again, we're going to face Fnatic again one more time in Spring Split and hopefully tie it up for 1-1.
All right, well, we'll have to see how that next matchup does work out. I do want to ask about some of the practice and, you know, the differences that you're experiencing in Elements in contrast to Fnatic. We heard in the video feature you were mentioning how you've got a play style or a mindset that is more what you're looking for out of a team. What exactly is that, in your opinion?
Well, I think it's just, as an individual player, you have different mindsets on how you want to play the game. For example, in Fnatic, we had a lot of like aggressive mindsets, where you wanted to like 1v1 people, especially Peck and Soas. And I'm not the kind of AD carry that kind of want to go for these 1v1s. I'd rather play it safe, to not take a risk, and then play it together. And I feel like that's what Elements kind of do. We go for these dragons and try to go for these safe plays and keep the game on a low kill score. And I feel like it just fits so much better with my style. Then again, I could have adapted more in Fnatic, but I feel like my playstyle fits so much better with these type of players. And regarding the practice, it's been going quite well. Like, then again, Elements has veterans and Fnatic has veterans, so it's no big difference in terms of like how many hours you play a day or how effective the scrims are. But the fact that just the mindset is the same makes a huge difference, actually.
Well, that's very, very good to hear. We'll see how the training pays off for the rest of the split. Just one more question. I want to ask what your opinion is on the entire European scene as a whole. We've got week 1 now in the books. We've seen a couple of surprises. Unicorns look good. Obviously, Fnatic looking very impressive. What's your opinion on the top bracket and the bottom bracket of the 10 teams, and sort of how many teams are there? You know, is it a top 3, top 4, top 5, in your opinion, and why?
I think this year, actually, many teams can shake up the board, because all these new teams coming in with so many motivated players ending up fighting against these veteran teams, it's actually very close games. I'm more surprised this year than I was last year, so I don't think it will be a top 3. I think it will more be a top 5. And then again, these teams can shake it up heavily, especially Unicorns, who I see as a top 5 team, definitely. Even Wolves yesterday impressed a bit. So it's like all these teams are coming in and improving a lot. And I think that has a big part to do with the coach being like more active now, because every team didn't have a coach last year. So every team actually getting a coach this year makes these, so to say, worse teams last year a lot better already. So I think this year will be a lot closer than last year, definitely.
Well, it definitely makes it a lot more exciting for the viewers and for us to shoutcast. Congratulations again on the win, Reckless. We'll be seeing you more soon. We're going to throw it back over to Shocks and Crepo to break down